we should have won that game, but we our finishing, our creativeness just let our team down, unfortunately. If we were at top form, you guys would not have it. You guys wouldn't even have a prayer in that game. But yeah, not much to say. Unfortunately, you guys just deserve to win on the day. Unfortunately, we just shit. And the worst part is my little brother, who's a fucking United fan, was here to watch next to me, and I want to kill this motherfucker right here. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Big up yourself. Big up yourself. At least your brother's got some sense. At least your little brother's got a brain. Do you know what I'm saying? Big up your little brother.
Shut up, Terry. Shut up. But yeah, man, I think we just let the game go. Klopp himself might have got the Texas wrong. Yeah, there's not much to say about this game. And this was one of the fears I had going into a Man United Liverpool game, where you guys just have this fucking hoodoo of us, where no matter how good or bad our form is, whenever we play United, everything just switches. If we're good, we play shit. If we're shit, we play good. It's just what it is, man. Otherwise, congratulations, Man United. You beat us. You killed the quad again. Fuck you, Terry. Nothing much to say. Like, honestly, Cam, big up, man. The only United fan I'm going to cuss today is Terry because I don't know. I just hate Terry. Fuck you, Terry.
I feel like there's a little bit of racismo here, is what I'm saying. That's what I'm going to say. That's what I'm saying. There's a little racism.
No. Screw every single United fan, including you, Rhino. No mercy for anyone.
And from the TFD group, fuck you, Harold. Fuck Harold, and fuck the Arsenal fans, fuck Tottenham fans, fuck everyone, including you, Terry.
Cheers.
I'm just pouring myself another drink as you say that, my friend. Thank you.
Terry, can I just quickly?
Of course you can, brother.
I want to touch. I can't remember my Dutch brother's name. I think Patrice, right? Am I right? The Dutch brother. I want to get it right.
No, Tristan.
Tristan. I think the Gakpo thing. I think we need to have a conversation about because
100%.
when it says a lot. When myself and Sam knows this, we've had the conversation before. When I'm calling out for Jadon Dans, a youngster, an 18-year-old, to come on instead of him, it says a lot. It says a lot of what this guy does on the pitch. And look, I was being patient with him last season. He showed a little bit of something. But this season is no good scoring goals against Sparta Prague, Leicester, and teams like that.
I just want to say real quick.
But I feel like Cody Gakpo is shit.
Real quick, because it was a year ago or 2 years or whatever when we got Weghorst and everybody was like, "Why? Like Gakpo was there? Why didn't Ten Hag break the bank? Why did Ten Hag go after Antony instead of Gakpo?" It's like, I mean, he's seen him. Like he's seen him. He knew who the player was, and we had everybody else telling us, like, "Listen, I'm not saying Ten Hag's talent ID is perfect. Like he's gotten it wrong. Like Antony's not good, but he played well today. At the end of the day, sometimes this is where fans have to like take a step back and understand like there are moments where these coaches and these other people know more than us. Like they straight up, like everybody was like, "Oh, we should have got Gakpo," and I'm like, if Erik ten Hag didn't want Gakpo, that for me is a pretty damning sign because he had the best look at him out of anybody for years, and he was like, even if he's cheap, I'd go get just loan Weghorst. That was a decision made, and we're seeing why.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily the reason Man United didn't buy him. Man United didn't buy him because of FFP, because they had financial.
100%, but we also could have got him instead of Antony. We could have got him instead of Antony.
It's not even that. It's the fact that the way the guy plays compared to our system, it just doesn't work.
I agree with you, Ram. Can I say one thing about Gakpo? Since you've been at Liverpool, I feel like he's been a striker, a 10, a midfielder, out wide. I just don't feel like Klopp has been able to find, and this is rare for Klopp, because Klopp's been pretty good at doing this, is finding the best position for Gakpo. He seems to be here, there, and everywhere, if that makes sense.
You're right, Terry, because when I spoke to Kesh about Gakpo, the one thing he said was Gakpo doesn't have a position. He's not a left winger. He's not a striker. Klopp has to find a way of refining him into a sort of player that he wants him to be. And we just done the same thing where we put him on the right, we put him as a false nine, and we put him on the left. And it just doesn't seem to work out. So
No, but
for me,
his best performances have been when he has been a false nine. The thing is that people will look at Gakpo today and other performances. Like he's been in and out of the team this year. He hasn't been consistent. I agree, but there have been other players who haven't been consistent. And the thing is, he gets shifted out onto. Even though he in the Netherlands he played on that left side. I don't think that's his best position, at least not for Liverpool. I bet his best performances last season when he played for us was when he was playing as the false nine. And let's not. We can have some revisionism. Yeah, don't get me wrong. He wasn't great today, but other players weren't great today. Nunes was not great today. Nunes, in my opinion, he's had some good games and he's had some good performances overall. But I don't know. I just really don't know. His football IQ is not there for me. And whether he'll get to a point where it clicks for him, sure. People will look at and point at specifically at numbers and say, yeah, he causes chaos and stuff like that. But I'm not getting enough. That was a stupid attempt at a pass there. You don't do that with a few minutes to go in the game. That you have to be brain dead to make that decision. People will have a go at Gakpo, but I don't think we should crucify him. Also, Salah wasn't on the pitch at that point. We've rejigged our whole front three over the last year and a half, so there is going to be a bit of disjointedness, if you want to call it that. I'm not crucifying him just yet.
For me with Gakpo, I saw him growing up at PSV because I'm Dutch, and I saw him developing as a player. And there is a player in him. There is a real player in him, but he is not explosive enough for the Premier League, in my opinion. He needs 5 seconds to make a decision about passing the ball, about shooting, and that's just not good. And that's why sometimes in these other leagues, the league is better for him. And you see when you come to the Premier League, some players just don't work out in the Premier League. And I think Gakpo is one of them. But I think if you want to get the best out of him, you need to play him as a 10 or something, where he has enough time to create something. Because last year, we now don't play with 9. We play with a striker. And that's something that Gakpo isn't just good for. He's good as 9, but not a striker.
I hear you. I think with the Gakpo thing, it's such an interesting one. But, I listened to that thing that Omar Barada said when he kind of joined Man United, when he's not officially there yet, about the City have this limit thing of 2 years to prove yourself. And like Gakpo's been there getting towards 18 months now. And is he good enough to maintain where you want to be? Not under a Klopp system. I think a lot of it may depend on who comes in as well. But I agree with you. I think there's a lack of explosiveness from this guy. The
main issue I have with him, I'm Terry, you know me, I'm the most patient when it comes to players coming through to Liverpool. The main issue I have for him is that I call him Casper for a reason. He ghosts a lot in games, and that's one of my biggest issues. One thing I give a lot of stick to Nunes, but one thing I can say he's not a ghost. He's never a ghost. And the one thing I hate about players, especially when you're playing for Jurgen Klopp, you cannot ghost in a Jurgen Klopp system. You all got to pull your weight. And that's one of the biggest issues. I saw glimpses of it last season, and I thought maybe next season he'll start to really come into the game, start playing some decent football. But it's more or less the same. He hasn't got rid of that ghost gene inside of him, and that's my biggest worry with him.
I hear that. We haven't heard from Sam on the show yet about the game, anything today. I'd love to get your perspective, brother.
Right. Nobody interrupts me because I'm on a vent. Yeah. 2 things. I do not blame anything on Klopp. Klopp coached a win. We should have won that game in full time. That is it. Our players let us down. That was a bottle job from us. I said it in the group chat, for 35 minutes, Man United played better than us and they caught us by surprise. The rest of the game until the 80th minute, Liverpool should have wiped the floor with them. The amount of chances that we were creating for ourselves, the amount of 5-on-1s, 3-on-1s that we had, we should have buried. It should have been 3-1. it should have been 3-1. And later on in the game, when we were missing all these chances, when we were messing up our final third passes, and it kept on going on and it kept on going on, I said to myself, Man United are going to get one lucky goal. Long and behold, Anthony, the guy that we all joke about, the guy that is the brunt of memes, goes and scores on his right foot. We get ourselves back in front again. Back in front again. It's 3-2. And we allowed Man United to score 2 more goals at the end. That is on the players. That is on the players. We should have been professional. We should have went to Old Trafford, got the job done, and come out. I understand. And this is what even Cameron, remember when I said this to you in the group chat? Before the game, I said I'm a little bit wary of Old Trafford and in the FA Cup game because our record at Old Trafford.
Both you and Strauss.
Yeah. Our record at Old Trafford in the FA Cup game is not good at all. I don't know the actual data, but I